sold out every major stadium all over the world. Our next guests are one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. Please welcome Bon Jovi.
Hello, everyone. Let's say you're a rock band who was most popular in the mid to late 80s. It's now the year 2000, and you want to prove that you've still got your rock chops. How do you do it? If you're Bon Jovi, you write a song all about how you live your life on your own terms, and you won't answer to anybody. Easily within your wheelhouse, and one of the most universal themes in rock and roll. But what do you do to promote it? Will you go with one of your classic video concepts, keeping it simple and timeless? Or will you create an immediately dated piece of kitsch that will seem like a novelty 23 years later? I think you can already guess which one they chose.
Let me tell you a story about John Francis Bon Jovi Jr. He wore orthopedic shoes and he played the French horn. He was just another fat kid who couldn't stop eating hoagies, so everybody in the neighborhood, they called him Johnny Meatballs.
It's My Life comes from Bon Jovi's 2000 album Crush. After taking 5 years off from their previous album These Days, the band worked to add more loops and different arrangements into their sound.
I think the time we took off and everybody being able to do other things in life and then come back, I think it's fresher than ever. And I know I'm biased because I'm playing on the record, but I can honestly say that I like every song I'm here.
Yeah, the band as a whole haven't had an album in 5 years. Though that seems like an eternity in the music business. We toured for a year and a half during the course of that last album. Then Richie and I both did solo albums, and the films I've been doing has kept us busy. But we took our time, got it right, and it's time to go back to work again.
Fresh off filming his role in World War II submarine film U-571, John was inspired by the dual film and music career of fellow New Jerseyan Frank Sinatra. Sinatra made 16 movies and toured till he was 80. This is my role model.
When I said, like Frankie said, I did it my way, yes, it's about Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra having just passed, New Jersey's most famous export. And I had just been making a lot of movies, and in that case, had come home from making U-571. I came back and said, I'm going to make movies when I want, records when I feel like it. And I fought hard for that lyric, because I remember Richie saying, who's Frankie and why does anyone care?
The song continues the story of Tommy and Gina, the main characters of Living on a Prayer. Well, I guess story is a bit of a stretch. We don't really know anything about them. The song just reestablishes the Tommy and Gina cinematic universe. But of course, now that you've revived these classic characters, you'll need a world for them to inhabit. And what better world than the World Wide Web? I'm so sorry to my entire family, all my friends, and everyone I've ever met.
Yeah, I got a question. Is this going to be the same video slop that we always get from these glamour rock pretty boys?
Tommy, come take out the garbage.
In a minute, Mom.
There's no way 2000's dial-up internet brought up a video website that fast. Thank God he's just watching Bon Jovi. It could have been a lot worse. This is how you know this video is fictional. This phone call would have just sounded like, what hip LA apartment does this kid and his mom live in? Did they just do the vertigo effect? Immediately shatters both his legs. Sir, please let go of the truck. City regulations don't allow you to grab hold of a moving vehicle. Oh, the camera just can't handle stairs, I guess. Why would all the Elvis performers team up like this? Spread out, guys. You'll make more money if you have your own turf. These dogs are dedicated. The Bon Jovi singularity is causing time dilations throughout LA. Sir, that could have gone to an actual marathon runner. For some reason, I keep hearing this line as, like Frankenstein, I did it my way. Which I guess is true. Frankenstein did do things his way. Oh, 90s technology.
Beeper's gonna be making a comeback. Technology's cyclical.
Wait, you texted 911? That is an improper use of emergency responses. That's completely irresponsible.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
What movie should we rip off, T2 or The Matrix? Why not both?
Parkour! Parkour!
There was absolutely no reason he had to run on top of these cars, except to set up this goof.
Where have you been?
You wouldn't believe it.
Try me, Tommy. I'm now just imagining him getting there after the show's done.
Oh, come on.
Tommy's mom walks in and sees him on screen. Bon Jovi, he's supposed to be at soccer practice.
You probably should ignore that.
Tell us about the first single that's coming out.
The video we're shooting here is a song called It's My Life. Richie and I wrote a Living on a Prayer-esque type of a song that I think regardless if you're from New Jersey or LA or Germany, you can relate to a lyric that tells you about taking control of your own life. It's a very positive song.
Crush was nominated for Best Rock Album at the Grammys, while the song itself was nominated for Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal, which is a very specific category. It also won Video of the Year at the 2000 VH1 My Music Awards, which was the first of only 2 such music awards. Somehow their performance of Here Comes the Sun in 2001 didn't inspire repeat viewers.
We've been around longer than most of the fans. We've been around longer than VH1.
Video star Will Estes met John Bon Jovi when they co-starred in U-571, proving once and for all that in the film industry, it's all about which famous rock stars you know.
John and I are very much involved in conceptually developing the concepts for the video, and also we're involved in editing them because we've been doing it for so long with, of course, our director Wayne Isham, that we've been a very much of a hands-on kind of situation with that. Yeah.
Director Wayne Isham previously directed Living on a Prayer and pretty much every other Bon Jovi music video. Their careers are so intertwined that they actually ended up winning the MTV Video Vanguard Award together.
This is not an award so much for us as it is for this man. This is for Wayne Isham, who's directed all our videos for the last 5-6 years. It's the Wayne Isham Award.
At first, when we first met, it was like, who are these guys? These guys from Jerk-Off, Jersey, and this guy from Jerk-Off, California. It was not the marriage that we thought it was going to be, and then when we started working together, we realized we had the same goals.
We went to La La Land, Los Angeles, to catch the boys and the director as they shot the video for the new single, It's My Life. Now, expect to be impressed because he's also done this. I want it that way. And this.
Every day like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day, no work, all play, okay?
You wanted the best, you got the best. Wayne Isham.
Well, my name's Wayne Isham. They had the best job on earth. Always ready to rock.
Watching clips of this dude, he's exactly like I imagined him, an over-the-top dude bro who just loves making music videos.
That's what I enjoy now as a director, is I just torture the guys at work. When I put them in a room, I spin them. We're gonna hang these guys up and fly them around. And people pay me for it, so come on.
I know I ask the question, why is this video like this a lot? But at least this time we have an answer.
We try to incorporate technology. It's a little bit of Run Lola Run meets the internet, and the goal is that the guy's trying to get to a Bon Jovi show.
Wow, I can't believe this Bon Jovi video was inspired by an obscure German action movie. Go figure. And yes, I understand I just sounded like the pretentious hipster at every film school in America. Get over it.
Wayne Isham and I really did an homage to Mel Brooks and the famous final scene of Blazing Saddles, where the Western is exposed to be on nothing more than a movie lot.
Damn, do these guys only talk about movies? I just imagine them sitting around the video pitch meetings just being like, I don't know, what have you watched? In fact, I'd love to see John Bon Jovi's film review show.
If you had to choose between music and movies, what would you go for?
Yeah, I like them both a lot.
You know, we're having a great time in this tour. We're happy, we're healthy, you know, and it's incredibly successful. So it's pretty hard to not want to do this every night. But, you know, it's enticing to see the movie career because you have all this success in another field.
And I love the movie Run Lola Run, so I was inspired by that.
And then it becomes Run Lola Run meets The Matrix.
From Young Guns 2, Blaze of Glory, music and lyric by John Bon Jovi.
I'd like to say I'm honored just to be in the company of so many great actors, actresses, and directors and producers, and this isn't a pitch for me to get into the movie business,
But to get like the world's biggest movie star to be in a rock and roll video, unheard of. But, you know, thank God for me, he's an old dear friend.
What about your movie coming out? Tell us about that.
Well, U-571, submarine movie, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton, Harvey Keitel, myself. We shot for 5 months last year in Rome and Malta, but it comes out next month.
Well, normally I'm cast as the release for girls. You know, Moonlight and Valentino, there was 4 ladies, or The Leading Man, there were 2 ladies. In Little City, there were 2 ladies, and I was the boyfriend of Lauren Holly, No Looking Back, and so this is the first time I'm in an all-male cast. I saw a movie, I went to a movie a couple years ago called Meet Joe Black, and the Grim Reaper takes this beautiful girl in his arms and he says that line, and I thought, if anything, that's a very courageous line to have the nerve to say to somebody.
You remember Polly Walnuts?
Yes.
So that answers that question. But why so green? This is something I've noticed about a lot of videos from the late 90s and early 2000s. They're absolutely bathed in green light. And it actually predates The Matrix. So please don't comment that, I'm begging you. Like, what happened in 1997 that caused every music video director to pull out the green lighting filters for a solid 5 years? There has to be something deeper here than just it looks cool, because it barely does.
Bon Jovi's been at the top of the charts for 18 years. Did you ever think that you'd have this longevity?
This is beyond ridiculous. You know, who knew? And to be here with this kind of success with this record at this time in our life, it's really great. I mean, we're awful grateful for it, but I mean, you couldn't have even lied this well 18 years.
In later interviews, the band talked about how gratifying it was that the album and song connected them with younger fans. Was that their goal here? Were they trying to rope in a younger, hipper crowd via these newfangled computer boxes? All these kids sure do love this internet thing. 2000 fits squarely into what I call the early internet sweet spot. It's late enough that not just nerds know about the internet, but still early enough that no one really knows what its limitations are. Therefore, they could make the internet seem like magic and no one could refute it.
Hack the planet! For those late.
Yeah, crystal clear, lag-free video on dial-up in some kid's bedroom seems legit. Everyone's going on someplace called a website.
And the next thing you'll type will be specific, directing you to a particular website, like MTV.
Ultimately, this video fails because of how dated it is. You can feel the turn of the millennium radiating off of it at every second. From the shots to the color to the effects to the editing, this thing had about a 2-week window when it could have come out. It certainly makes me feel nostalgic, but it also makes me remember how weird pop culture was in the year 2000. Thanks for watching, everyone. I always appreciate people liking and sharing my videos, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Do you know a terrible music video you'd love to see me cover? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
I actually have a bunch of projects going. I have 2 musicals I've been involved in, writing the lyrics and the music for. One sort of like a 21st century Grease, rock and roll high school, but now.
Oh great, more Grease. That's just what everybody wanted.